Again, good afternoon. My name is Michael Michelle. I am the President of the Board of Elections for the calendar year 2015 and the Republican Commissioner for Queens County. This is a hearing on matters relating to the independent nomination petition for the November 3rd, 2015 general election. I would now ask that each commissioner and staff member present identify himself or herself for the record, starting from my left.
Ron Castorina, Richmond County Republican.
Simon Shamoon, Kings Republic.
Frederick Humane, Manhattan Republican.
John Plateau, Kings County Democrat.
Alan Sugar, Manhattan Democrat.
Marie Costello, Richmond Democrat.
Jose Rogers, Lee Democrat.
Michael Ryan, Executive Director.
Dawn Santel, Deputy Executive Director.
Pamela Perkins, Administrative Manager. Georgia Bustamante, Operations Manager.
Nina M. Crispino, Director of Personnel.
Kenneth Moulton, Council of Commissioners.
Steve Richmond, General Counsel.
Raphael Spino, Deputy General Counsel.
Okay, thank you. I would like to remind all persons appearing before the commission is that this hearing must fill out a notice of appearance form, which is available at the front counter. Each person must present the complete form for each specification or matter to our staff as they come up to the podium to speak. I want to remind all commissioners, board staff, attorneys, and members of the public that only one person should speak at any time so that the audio and video systems can accurately record the proceedings. Also, please speak directly into the microphone so that all present can hear the proceedings. I would ask that all present place their cell phones on vibrate or silent ring or turn them off during the course of these proceedings. I want to advise all present that this board is required by state law to record how each commissioner votes on each matter. In the event that we are not unanimous in our vote on any given matter, I will ask that our council conduct a roll call vote for the commissioners to go on the record. I now call upon Steve Richmond, General Counsel for the board, to call the calendar for the hearing.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have one item on the legal prima facie report. It relates to independent nominating petition for the City Council, numbered QN 1500300. The name of the independent body was Harris Bhatti, is also the name of the candidate. Commissioners, the prima facie legal defect is that no district number is indicated on any of the pages of the petition volume. The Appellate Division Supreme Court in Aguirre versus this board in 2009 held that the district number is an integral part of the identity of the office being sought. And as recently as 2.5 weeks ago in Northvolt versus Nassau BOE, the second department this year reaffirmed that holding, providing that the district number is an essential element involved in the district. So we're going to ask, is anyone here to appear on behalf of the candidate, Mr. Bhatti? Please hand it up to Eleanor and identify yourself for the record.
Good afternoon, Board of Election Commissioners. My name is Harris Bhatti.
Is there anything you want to add?
When trying to become a candidate for this election, I went door-to-door knocking. I used the sample cover issued by the State Board of Elections to attain the petitions, which is issued by the state. And in the document, one of the correspondence that states by the State Board of Elections, which is given for in order to run as a candidate, you have to, in each sheet, the petition must correctly set forth the date of the election, the name of the candidate and the office or position sought, the candidate's residence, if different, their mailing or post office address, information about the signer, the date of the signing, the voter's residence address, and information relating to the person who witnesses the signatures. In so much as that, I did write everything that was as stated in here, and each individual who's I apologize, I'm a little nervous and when, each individual was informed that they were in the district, that they had to be in the district to sign this document, and had this document that you had the designated spot for, had the correspondence say, and in the designation location for public office, I did write, district, I did write city council, and, however, there was no designated box to write the district number, and had that designation box been there, I would have written the district number.
But normally it says city council, and then you put the district and everything. See, there's no way for the voter to identify what district you're running for.
And you could actually run for a different district.
You have to live in it.
Right now, right
You have to live in it. Yeah, Commissioner, you're correct. You do not have to live in the council district until the date of the election.
election. So basically, this petition, you can run for any one of the 51 seats, because it does not identify the district. And that's why the district is very important to have on there, and it's required.
Do you have any case law or anything to contribute what the council has indicated?
What I did was I went over the election law and the document that the state board of election has put up for running as a candidate, and I followed those rules to the best of my abilities.
Right, those rules have to be read in conjunction with the election law and relevant case law put together. And unfortunately, the case law in this case is very clear. Since you omitted that, it nullifies your petition.
In addition, there are many offices like governor or that do not have district assignments. Controller is another one, mayor. So the guidelines are general guidelines, and the form is a general form. You have to indicate the office that you're running for. You happen to pick city council, and there are different city council, essentially district numbers that are proportionate to that. And so we're constrained by applicable law to comply with those requirements. I know it's a long time and very difficult to get signatures, especially in the hot days of June and July, and it's just that next time you'll know. But I move the prima facie report.
Second.
All in favor? All opposed? Thank you.
The report is adopted. The candidate will not appear on the ballot. The commissioner's action is as of today.
Do you have a question, sir?
It's just worth mentioning that each individual who signed the signature, I went door-to-door knocking. What is the value of their signature then? Each individual was informed regarding that this was for District 23. And I reside in the district. So if you were to look at each candidate, each signature, you will see that the person, individual,
But
should be in
the
the
rules
district.
state that you have to state, it has to be
Mr.
on
Bodley,
the
we gave you a
petition.
copy of the court case. It's very clear that the public office
Has to
contains
say.
two components: the title of the office, which in this case would be member of the city council, and the geographic boundaries of the area represented by the office, which is the district number. The case of Vigili, which you have a copy of, is exactly the same thing. It was a candidate for city council running with an independent nominating petition, and he made the exact same argument that his address was there, which was sufficient. The court held that not to be satisfactory, as Commissioner Arajo reflected, because there's no requirement you have to live in the district. And it's the written documentation. You cannot, there's no basis for the board to make a ruling based on your claim that you told people that. It had to be on the petition. The case law is clear, but you do have a right, if you want to challenge the board's determination, to commence a legal proceeding.
Okay, sir?
Okay.
What would be in a legal proceedings?
You have to hire an attorney and
You have 3 days to
speak to
file.
them.
I did inform them, each individual, that we were living in district and in district number
It
23.
still has to be on the petition. It has to be on the petition for all the cities.
In the board, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. You have 3
Commissioner,
days.
that concludes the hearing.
In the election law, it says that if you use the State Board of Elections sample cover, that will not invalidate the
You have to correctly fill in the information required. It says public office or party position. Public office has two components: the title of the office, member of the city council, and the geographic description, which will be the 23rd council district. Both have to be on the petition to fill in the blank. Same way you have to put your correct name in and your correct residence address.
I suppose lawyers were once children.
Well, unfortunately, I'm sorry you didn't fill out the proper form. Thank you. Anything else?
That concludes the hearings, commissioners, for the November general election. And there's no other business to bring to you. Based on your actions, the potential referral of the Cover Sheet Review Committee is now acknowledged.
Okay. I will go to our regular scheduled meeting. Okay,
Just for the record, Bianca Perez, secretary, arrived late. I just want to introduce myself.
Michael Rendino, Bronx County Republican as well.
Okay.
Also Steve Dankberg, Counsel to the Commissioners.
Oh, okay. I think so. You should
Okay.
start a new meeting, right?
we'll start a meeting. Okay, hello, good afternoon. My name is Mike Michelle, Republican Commissioner from Queens County, President for the year 2015. We're opening up our regular scheduled meeting, and the Commissioner starting from my left. Please announce that you're here.
Ron Castorina, Richmond County, Republican. Good afternoon.
Michael Rendino, Bronx County Republican.
Simon True, Kings Republic.
Frederick Humane, Manhattan Republican.
Bianca Perez, secretary.
John Flateau, Kings County Democrat.
Alan Shulkin, Manhattan Democrat.
Marie Costello, Richmond Democrat.
Jose Roger, Kings Democrat.
Michael Ryan, Executive Director.
Dawn Santel, deputy executive director.
Pamela Perkins, administrative manager. Georgia Bustamante, operations manager. Larry Mexican, director of communications.
Nina Crispino, Director of Personnel.
Kenneth Malkin, Counsel to Commissioners.
Stephen Dankberg, Counsel to Commissioners.
Steve Richmond, General Counsel.
Rafael Serino, Deputy General Counsel.
Okay, welcome again. Everybody have a chance to read the minutes?
I'm abstaining from August 11th and August 18th.
I abstain from August 18th.
I will abstain from September 1st.
Maybe we should do them by.
Individually?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because,
Get the vote.
Yeah, we have a trouble.
okay, August 11th minutes.
Move to adopt.
Second.
I just request a correction of the spelling of my name on page 6.
Which one? The August?
On
Yes,
August
August
11th.
11, page 6.
So accepted with that amendment.
Abstain.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? One abstention.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Okay, August 18th meeting minutes.
Motion to approve.
Abstain.
Second,
Abstain.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I abstain from that.
So Shimon, Michelle.
Costello,
and Costello.
Michelle, okay.
September 1st.
I abstain.
Abstain as well.
Well, let's
Request
have a-
correction of the spelling of my name on pages 2 and page 4.
Change your name.
Change the name. Okay, we'll accept that minutes with the changes.
Okay, the abstentions are.
Abstentions are
Abstain.
Roger.
Beyond.
Maranjo, Perez.
Castorino.
Castorino.
Randino.
And Menino.
I still have 6. So we're up
That's
to-
it, yeah,
So all minutes are passed
with the corrections.
with the corrections. Okay, moving on, Michael Ryan.
Yes, I believe, as everybody knows, we have an election coming up on Thursday. And we have a total of 650,774 registered voters affected or eligible to vote in this primary. We will be opening up 377 poll sites And to meet the needs of this election, we have deployed 13,328 separate pieces of equipment. With respect to our Election Day operations, we do have, the staff has been working closely with the borough offices to make sure that we have the sufficient number of language assistance translators in each of the boroughs. Presently, we do have a shortage in Manhattan, so this is a public, statement and a hearing to let you know what's going on. We have 8 vacancies remaining in Manhattan, but the borough office is still working to try to fill those right up to the last minute. Just to give you an idea how much work that was, we're down from 80 last week. Manhattan is still in the process of assigning Spanish interpreters that are in the system who have already passed the class. It seems like the only borough that's going to definitely have a shortage of Spanish interpreters is Manhattan. Is Staten Island. There are 7 vacancies left in Staten Island. We don't have any more people in the system that have passed the class or are otherwise unassigned in the system. With respect to ordered ballots, we've ordered approximately 422,500 ballots based on the Commissioner's approval of 65% of the total voters. We anticipate a cost associated with that in the amount of approximately $200,000 in light of the new ballot contract. With respect to our election night reporting, which is handled by our EVS unit, all poll sites will have at least one new Surface 3 tablet. The tablets have been updated to give the user a count of how many PMDs will be read at the poll site at the close of business. And the laptop software has been updated to give the user a list of poll sites that have not been already uploaded by the tablets. This will let them focus on the poll sites that have not already been uploaded. So we'll keep a running tally as it's going on during the night. The ENR website, which is accessible by the public, will show 2 additional pieces of information. The combined election districts will be listed with a notation of which ED they will combine into, and as we know, that doesn't change poll sites, but it allows us to deploy our equipment properly. So in order to avoid confusion by the public on election night, it will show on the screen the combines, so people won't be looking for EDs that have been combined into another. Also, the number of write-in votes will be listed in the contest summary page. Keeping in mind that we can only indicate the number of write-ins made, that will not let us know for whom those votes were cast. That will occur later in the recanvass process. And of course, results will commence reporting by shortly after 9 p.m. We have a total of 904 PMDs prepared by the borough, as well as 386 flashcards. In addition to the poll sites tablets, 76 additional tablets will be in the hands of our technicians, and 66 will be in the hands of the AD monitors. All of this technology that's being utilized is designed at the poll site to improve the processing of voters as well as the processing of results at the end of the night. And in the field, it is tangentially related to the processing of voters in that we expect that the repair calls, the tickets where machines have gone down, will be responded to more quickly, and as a result, those machines will be either brought back into service or replaced more efficiently, which will allow for the more efficient processing of voters. And as well, the AD monitors will be out in the field to determine whether or not there are any problems that need to be remedied throughout Election Day. That's the basic overview. We'll have a more detailed report on our Election Day operations post-election. And if anyone has any questions?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify one thing regarding the Spanish interpreters in Manhattan. Each poll site will have one. What we're missing would be a second at
Okay.
various ones. So everybody, all of the poll sites will have at least one and be covered.
But he mentioned Staten Island.
Yeah, Staten Island still has a shortage. All right.
There are no Spanish interpreters in the other boroughs like Brooklyn that might be able to be sent over or assigned.
Perhaps that was suggested when we had a shortage, particularly early on in the process, of Chinese interpreters. Last week we had 80 still in Manhattan, and it was suggested that EDO and the translator department reach out to other boroughs to see if they had an overflow. So we can certainly do that as well for the Spanish interpreters. It may have happened already, dynamically without executive management involvement. However, I just don't have that information at my fingertips presently.
Okay.
Do we know which poll sites do not have a second Spanish interpreter for Manhattan?
We can get that information, but I don't have it at this meeting presently.
Yes, I need it, thank you.
Okay, anything else? We have to go to executive session for personnel matters?
Yes, please.
Brooklyn?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
I have a question. I am Kate Doran with the League of Women Voters, and I'm presuming that all of you commissioners must have seen the letter to the editor from Jerry Goldfeder on, it was in Saturday's New York Times, and we are wondering if you're willing to comment on his assertion that the New York City Council could actually pass laws that, and you wouldn't have to wait for state legislation for such things as early voting, same-day registration, no excuse absentee balloting.
Well, I did not have an opportunity to review Mr. Goldfeder's suggestions, and without having reviewed it, I do not feel comfortable making any comments on it.
I didn't read the comments. I don't know.
Any chance that it could be inserted to on the agenda for a later date? I can assure you that all of us in the Voter Coalition would be quite interested in your views.
If you can provide us with a copy of it, because some of us are not subscribed to the New York Times, that would be great. I haven't read it.
Oh,
None of us have.
you want me to make a photocopy?
We're not gonna read it now.
Oh, okay, got it. I mean, you can get it online, I'm sure.
Typically, Mr. Goldfeder,
Sends them out by email to
Correct.
various people.
and
Am I the only one here who read this?
perhaps, it was beautiful out this weekend.
All right, okay.
Okay?
Thank you very much, thank you very much.
That's-
Yeah, let's go into executive session
Personnel.
for personnel in Brooklyn. If anybody's not here when we come out, the next scheduled meeting is at 1:30, September 15th. Thank you. Let's go.
Petition's over, so the cover sheet has no validity.
Yes, we had one matter in executive session. It was a Kings County personnel issue. Luann Kubler, as a clerk, is requesting 290 hours discretionary advance of time, which has been approved retroactive to September 1st, 2015, and her start date with the agency is September 30th, 2001.
That's all.
Yep.
Can I have a motion?
Move adjourn. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you for everybody for coming. I will see everybody on September 15th at 1:30.